Welcome to part 14 of this whole plug-and-play ordeal sort of thing, whatever you want to call it. Yes, 400 games, even though they pretend it's 500, but really the last 100 don't count for anything, so why did they bother including those? Yes, it is part 14, we are 26 pages in, and we've got a few games left to play on this page, namely Bobble 2, P.O.W, and Power Blade 1. Yeah, let's play P.O.W. just to get a quick start for the stream, because I probably won't be playing this one for very long. Yeah, P.O.W. Prisoners of War, just in case you don't know what the term P.O.W. is short for. I don't think people really needed clarifying on that, but okay, sure. Yes, it's yet another war-themed game from SNK, which I'd forgotten just how many of these they did for the NES. Like, you have this, you have the Carvey Warriors, Carvey 3 is on this console, Guerrilla War, which I actually played on the last stream. I had noticed that this game was also on the page. I hadn't made the connection until, went back to it today. Yeah, naturally they do the classic beat-em-up trope of they actively try to go in between you. Because it was kind of an irritant. But hey, I can just do this. Yeah, that's literally the way that the AI is coded to just do that exclusively. So how many hits the enemies take in this? Oh no, you don't. Also, yeah, you can just kick the enemies 50 feet in the air. But hey, now I've got brass knuckles, guess what? Now I just punch them and they fly 50 feet in the air. Because that's just how this game works. Also, you can do this. It's just shoot them. Just one-shot everyone. Fine, you hit me, get shot. Nerd. Okay, maybe that's not the right term to use here, but whatever. Also, you can't shoot them if they're off screen, because it's one of those games. It's we don't know... yeah, we live in a universe where as soon as the bullet goes off the screen, it no longer exists. So that's how bullets work. So I think you have to punch them to get the knife. Unless I'm remembering that wrong. But yeah, it's very Double Dragon-esque in the sense that no matter what you do, the enemies will always get their hits in. Especially since in this game they don't even have co-op, which is weird. Because this came after Guerrilla War, not before. This was 89, and Guerrilla War was 88. So this feels kind of out of date in certain ways. I know Double Dragon had the same problem. Now, one of those was before Double Dragon 2, but even then, I look at it and I'm like, you could have figured out a way to do co-op in this. There isn't even, a take turns option like there is in Double Dragon 1 on NES. And I mean, even that had the one-on-one fight mode. This doesn't even have that. This is just kind of, yeah. Oh, now we can get 3 enemies on the screen. Yeah, maybe you should have just had only 2 if you couldn't do co-op otherwise. Also, you can just overlap the other players. The game's just like that. But yeah, I'm playing this one just to get out of the way, because I know this game's going to take 5 minutes at most. This is one of those games that's just kind of overly hard and not especially great. I'm not a huge side-scrolling beat-em-up person anyway. I like Street of Rage on Mega Drive and maybe a few others, but yeah, a lot of the earlier ones like this, they don't really do it for me. Even Double Dragon, I'm not really that big on, personally. Yeah, it's just well, you just got hit. And the enemies constantly go off-screen, so you can't hit them. Oh, now we get to go in the building and then immediately get killed. Yeah, I can tell you right now, Double Dragon 2 The Saint. And I'm not even big on that game, but that is a better game than this. But hey, we made it through the other side of the building. Also, I think the blue ones can just, like, roll up in the air for, like, no reason. It's just like, yeah, that classic martial art of just, like, somersaulting, like, 50 times in the air. Yeah, and then you just get randomly killed because the enemies are way too fast reacting. Well, that is that game. Let's get that out of the way, so I don't have to think about it anymore. Let's play a much better game. Some Power Blade 1. Yes. Starring not Duke Nukem. Also this background, which I've seen on, like, other pirate consoles. Multicarts, like, they kind of ripped this off. Yes. In, like, close to 2 centuries from now. Oh no, the computer stopped working. Have you tried turning it off and on again? So yeah. Something went wrong with the computer. Oh, here we go. It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum. Okay. Yeah. My impression is not good, but you'll just have to accept it. The best I can do. So there we go. So you have to meet with all the contacts. So this actually is quite an interesting game. This was a game that will entertain you for the millennium. But anyway. So yeah, this game is quite interesting. Originally released on the Famicom as Power Blazer, which was kind of a Mega Man derivative. It's like they wanted to make a game that was like that, and it wasn't anywhere near as good. But then they reworked it very heavily for the overseas versions. I guess Taito America saw the original game and was like, this sucks, let's improve on it. And so they changed, like, most things about the game. The character is completely different. You've got this intro cutscene that isn't in the original game at all. In fact, yeah, from what I remember, in the original game, there isn't really much of a story in the game. Like, they pretty much just write it in the manual. The levels are a lot more in-depth compared to the original, where in Power Blazer you basically go from left to right, go from point A to point B. In this, there's more to do. As they hint in this intro, you basically have to meet up with contacts on each level, and then they essentially give you an item that allows you to get to the boss fight. So we'll start. So yes, from Taito and Natsume, I should point out. I'm going to go normal because I haven't played this game in ages, and I want to at least make some progress. Also, look at this city. Like, this is a lot of detail for the NES. It has to be said. So yeah, there are 7 levels in this. So you got to do the first 6, and then you can go to the last one. I'll just go to level 1, just to get my bearings on this game. Because again, it has been a while. One thing I do remember about this game is that if you fall off... Basically, if you go off the bottom of the screen, even if there's like a platform below, like on a different screen, you will just die. It's like Ninja Gaiden in that sense. But yeah, you can see this sprite. It's very Konami-esque in its design. Like, very, like, reminiscent of Contra and games like that. Which is funny, because in the original, the character looked more like a Mega Man rip-off. But here we go. So it's not giving me any power-ups so far. I'm just going to try to get some of those early. If the game will allow me to get some. So that's kind of important. Yeah, so there we go. So you notice that I collected that star power-up, and it increased my power, like maximum power, to half the full bar. Which means that I can now throw this boomerang further than I could before. So yeah, you really do want to grab the power-ups early on. Also, those spikes are instant death, so I'm not going to touch those. Hold on, can you... Are you able to... Yeah, you can jump down here and you can get power-up. So there we go. Now I've got the amazing suit of armor that also allows me to just shoot out Thunder Blast Wave things and take 3 extra hits. And now I can actually shoot multiple projectiles. I think that might only be in the regular form, though. So, Also, yeah, I may have come onto the stream a bit early. I am on here earlier than usual, so I suppose people might take a bit of time to get in, but that's just the way it is. I'm going to play this game regardless, because I've played through this one before, but it has been quite some time since I last played it, so I'm hoping this goes okay. I'll have to wait and see on that one. So there we go, that boomerang. I think that gives me an extra boomerang I could shoot. Because I think you're allowed to have up to 3 on screen if you're maxed out in terms of power. Also, yeah, the enemies do respawn in this, Mega Man-esque. But to be fair, you're actually quite powerful. Like, as far as, like, video game protagonists go, Nova has to rank quite high. I mean, there's, like, Mega Man 2 Mega Man, where he's got the, like, the metal blades. I mean, those are hard to beat. Like, you want to talk OP weapons, like, pretty high up there. But yeah, I'm just going to try to get a load of power-ups to start with. Unfortunately, you cannot... Oh, well, actually, you can shoot down, but you can't shoot down far enough for it to be useful. Yeah. That's okay, I can just do that. I could just ignore it, but I'm not going to. Because I am Nova, and I am the most powerful being in this game. Yeah, you can see I got hit once, and it didn't affect my health bar. Oh, forgot about this. I'm sure I've seen this sprite ripped off for other games. Or not other games, but like, I can't remember if you can defeat this thing or not. No, I think it may just be invincible. Okay, we will go this way then. Oh, and I can replenish this thing and just get all my health back. The one hit that I took and then immediately lose it again. Ugh. No. May go back to regular form in a bit. Because I don't remember the... Oh, I don't remember the enemy patterns here. Nope, well I got my bar maxed out, so that's a good start. I can't remember if it goes down if you die, or if it like only goes down if you continue or something. I don't remember how that goes. Yeah, this is Power Blade. Power Blazer, I don't think tends to really show up on clone systems like this. Yeah, your biggest obstacle in this, by the way, is the bottom of the screen. It's one of those games. Just make sure that you don't fall off, and you're fine. And, you know what's funny too? I don't think there's any knockback when you get hit either. I think it's literally just, you take a bit of damage and then you can move on. Which is pretty uncommon for when this game came out. Usually, you know, you play like Castlevania or Mega Man or Ninja Gaiden or whatever. With few exceptions, you just get flown back every time you get hit. Yeah, like, I mean, if there was ever like a NES equivalent to Smash Brothers, yeah, this dude would be like the top tier. You know, I mean, maybe like Mega Man 2 Mega Man could beat him, but only if he's got all the weapons. If it's just like default Mega Man without the weapons, then yeah, he ain't beating Nova with his boomerangs of death. I guess technically they're blades, but I'm sorry, they just look like boomerangs to me. Okay, here we go. Sector 1 ID confirmed. Yeah, so because I talked to that bloke earlier, that means I can go into this room. Also, I don't remember how the boss fights work in this. I'm out of practice. Nope, I did it. First try. Yeah, a little bit. Actually, it's funny because if you ever played, what was it, the Soul Brain game, which was also by Natsume, like, kind of has a similar thing going on, except you're only the man during the cutscenes, and then you're kind of in robot form the whole time. You know, let's go to level 3, or sector 3, or whatever, just because I really like the song on this level. And you want to talk top tier soundtrack, like this one's pretty high up there. Also, you just got this going on. It's like, welcome to the swamp. It's like, what's going on here? Like, they just create a computer-generated swamp in the future. Nope, couldn't get that. Ugh. Okay, you can barely make that jump. Yeah, Soul Brain is quite good. Unfortunately, the version on this console is a bit busted. Thankfully, this game seems to work okay. I haven't run into any like game-breaking issues so far. So I think you have to go down to start with. Like the contact is like down here, isn't it? Also, yeah, you get the burgers that refill your health. So yeah, you can see that like the distance I can throw, it depends on how full the power bar is. Kind of the main thing to note. So actually it's quieter on my TV than usual. I don't know if that's just the game. Or maybe the soundtrack in this game is just quieter than most. Where do you go in this again? It's a good thing there's no fall damage in this. Ooh. But yeah, Soul Brain's quite good. I like this game more, though. Soul Brain I kind of struggle with, to be honest. Like, though, to be fair, I think I've only ever played versions of the game that don't even work properly. I think that's the biggest problem with it. It's just the versions of the game I have just don't work properly. That's not a fault of the game, that's just a fault of whoever made the multicarts, really. But, yeah, how was everyone's day going? I'm glad to see you're all here. But yeah, it's like somewhere between RoboCop. Like, this character is like somewhere between RoboCop and Soul Brain. Oh! No, you gotta jump at, like, the edge of the platform, otherwise it doesn't count. Hold on. What's in the other way? I'm gonna guess that the top route is just where the boss is. Yeah. It's kind of, again, that is like the #1 thing that will kill you in this game is like the bottom of the screen. Or just like any surface that's like an insta-kill. Well, these things are a bastard to deal with. Yeah, like, look at this. It's like trying to fight fucking Blanca from Street Fighter. Oh, also you can't shoot through walls, which can be a problem. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore that. Just move on. Because anything that has, like, tons of iframes, I tend to just ignore them. You know, this is kind of like... I mean, the original game is very Mega Man coded, but this... I mean, if you've ever played... what's that game? Rockman X? Not Mega Man X, but Rockman X, the Saturn game. This is kind of like that, if it was good. Though, granted, I think that game may have taken inspiration from this, because that did come out a few years later. See, the problem with like not having played this game in ages is I don't remember where you have to go to for the contacts. I don't remember where the bosses are or the contacts, and there's always that risk of like finding the boss before finding like the key card that you need to beat the level, or to access the boss to beat the level. And I suspect I've gone the wrong way, but oh no, I went the right way. So what is it? Here we go. So who's this? Is this Robbie Williams? The later years? Or is this one of the other ones? We've got stores directing the fate. Okay, so I'm guessing... Okay, so I'm guessing the boss door has to be at the bottom of the level. Okay, well, it's a good thing I went up this time. Otherwise, I'd be in trouble. Okay, and again, do not fall off the bottom of the screen. Again, it's like the same thing that Ninja Gaiden does, just don't do it. Like, it's one of those, like, weird sort of things that just old games did. Although, to be fair, this is more forgiving than, like, most games of its ilk. So that's just kind of how games were back then. Like, a lot of them were just kind of overly hard. This one isn't, like, nearly as hard as a lot of the other ones. Granted, I'm probably not going to beat it, because again, I'm just out of practice. If I played this more recently, I could probably beat this game, but I don't see myself doing it today. So hold on, do I have to go down or up? Like, where does up lead to? Let's try going right, because I suspect that's where I might have to go. Or actually, no. Hold on. The room that leads down, that's where the robot form is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just gonna try doing it like this. See how far we get. Me versus the giant weevils of death. Yeah. Yeah, Mario couldn't do this. Link certainly couldn't. He could barely even jump in a... Well, he couldn't jump in Zelda 1. Zelda 2 he kind of could, but no one is effective. Yeah. See, that's... that's using your weapon effectively. Okay, so I've got to jump at the edge of the platform to make it. Not the easiest thing in the world. In fact, yeah, the platforming is really more difficult than just trying to fight the enemies, for the most part. Like, there are certain enemies that are hard to deal with, but... certainly could be a lot worse. I mean, you compare this to, like, say if I was playing as Simon Belmont. Like, it's literally just if this was the game, but you were playing as Simon Belmont instead of Nova, you'd be getting your ass kicked all over the place. Or even if you were playing as the character from the original version of this, who I think was called Steven. Oh, I remember this, yeah. This boss, I think this is the one that's actually quite infamous in the original Power Blazer, because in Power Blazer, this boss takes ages because you can't shoot up. In that game, you can only shoot forwards, and that makes this boss a pain to deal with, because there's really not much of an effective way to attack the bees coming from the top. Where this, you can just kind of just do this over and over and win. Yeah, like, good luck doing this in the original. Yeah, I think the character in the original was called Steven. I can't remember his last name, but... basically, it's like dorky sort of Mega Man looking character. But it's really funny too, because when this game got localized, they made a sequel to this game, so Power Blade 2. Power Blazer did not get a sequel because no one liked it. Like, I think even in Japan, it is not well regarded. Like, I think the, what is it, like, the reception, like, even in Japan, they kind of just say that this is, like, the good version of Power Blazer. Because that game is kind of too hard to the point that it's just no fun to play. Yes. Bond and the Infinite Stevens. Also, here we go. Welcome to the Wind Power Farm. Ooh, actually, this song's pretty good too. I'm going to turn this up a bit on my end, because this game's a little bit quiet anyway, compared to a lot of the other games I've looked at. So, I don't think there's really much of an incentive to do the levels in any particular order, because unlike Mega Man, you don't get weapons or like any sort of items for beating a level. Like, you do get like weapon upgrades and stuff early on, but once you're maxed out, it really doesn't matter what order you do them in. Because it's not like there's any particular items that you want to get. Like, it's just kind of, okay, you just want to upgrade your weapons, and then you're kind of set for the rest of the game. As long as you don't get killed a whole bunch of times, you're alright. Also, yeah, pro tip, do not grab that thing on the bottom, because you'll just get killed. Because, again, the bottom of the screen is instant death. Yeah. Has anyone else played this game other than me? Because, again, I've played through this game, it's just been a while. And, yeah, I don't think there's anything... Oh, this is like some... there's like a quick man bit. Though, not nearly as hard as that, to be fair. Because the quick man thing, like, you get hit once and you're dead. Like, even if I think you're playing on normal difficulty in Mega Man 2. It's kind of a shame that this system doesn't seem to have any Mega Man games on it. Also, I've forgotten that the yeah, background here is actually kind of distracting. Or at least it is playing it on this console anyway. Ugh. Yeah, this background is not great. So I've got to figure out where the contact is first. Yeah, like I say, I definitely recommend playing this one. I would say this is my favourite Natsume game, though that's probably not true. It's probably my favourite Natsume action game on the NES, at least. This is a really good one. I'd say it probably is the one that holds up the best, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out... So, yeah, we've got grenades. I can't remember what this thing is. That may just be... I think that's to replenish your health. So I think if you're low on health, you can use that. This, I think, is a screen clear move. And the tape unit, I don't remember what that is. But yeah, you can also see... So I've got the ID card for level 2. I think if I die, I keep the ID card. In fact, I'm not even sure if you lose it when you continue. You may actually just keep it indefinitely. So basically, I can avoid this part of the level completely and just go straight to the boss. Also, I promise I have not played this game in ages. I'm just getting a bit lucky with the route that I'm taking through these levels so far. Doubtless I will eventually come to the exit without the ID card, and then it'll be a problem. Thankfully, playing this on normal mode, you do get a lot of time. I think on hard mode you get 5 minutes to beat the level. Here you seem to get like 16 minutes. And I mean, if you can't beat the level in that time, then it's really not a case of not being able to figure out, like... It's not a case of not being able to figure out where to go. It's just a case of you just keep getting killed. But yeah, there was a sequel to this, P.O.W. Blade 2, which I think was... Oh. No, right, okay, I didn't realize that was the bottom of the screen. I thought that was... I thought it was one of those things where it was like there was a platform but you just couldn't see it. But no, it turns out that wasn't the case. Hold on, do I keep my... Okay, so yeah. So you can see I died, but I kept the ID card. But it spawned me where the ID card was, which I guess makes sense. Okay, let's try going a different way. I'm hoping that that way that I went is not where I'm supposed to go, because I don't know how you meant to do that. Because you can't fly as the robot form. But yeah, I'd say my favourite Natsume game on the on the Famicom is Idle Hakenden. The only issue is that wasn't released on the NES, like it was a Famicom exclusive. And yeah, of course that game was never going to get localized because it was just like obviously a game made only for Japanese audiences and no one else. It's just, yeah, it just would not fly because it was like, okay, here's a game about like Japanese like idols and the 8-Dog Chronicles, which really is just not a thing that's well known outside Japan. Really good game though. I don't know. Okay, so I don't think this is the way I'm supposed to go. I don't know where I'm supposed to go on this level. Am I just going the wrong way entirely? Because I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't remember the layout. Doesn't know whether you have these things that just keep spawning to kill you. Yeah, this got released in Japan as Captain Saver. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to go right, because... Oh, okay, I pressed jump and the game just didn't... The game dropped my input, but okay. Yeah, I've played for Idle Hakenden, that's a really good one. But, yeah. Couldn't get as far into P.O.W. Blade as I wanted to. I was hoping to try to get a full run on that, but we'll just have to leave it, I guess. I mean, I note that I've got 49 games completed. I like the 50th one to be a good one, but it will most likely be some, you know, nice code tat. Well, last game for this page, we've got Bobble 2, because, you know, everyone remembers Bobble 2. I swear there's something like 3 or 4 different games that are known as Bobble 2 in some form. Because you have this game, you have Rainbow Islands. There was the one on PlayStation and I think Saturn that was also called Bobble 2. It's confusing. The Bobble series is a mess. But this one is kind of a direct sequel to the first game. Rainbow Islands kind of did its own thing with the gameplay. Also, I'm pretty certain you're supposed to have a 2-player option. But it just, like, doesn't exist in the version that's on this console. I swear there's meant to be an option to pick 2 players. Oh, also, I have 20 lives. That's interesting. So, this may actually take a lot longer than I'd anticipated. I didn't realise that any of these games had lives hacks, but I guess this one does. Probably could have done that for the last game, but oh well. But yeah, Bubble Bobble 2, kind of a weird one. As I say, yeah, so there's no two-player co-op, which kind of is Bubble Bobble. Like, making a Bubble Bobble game without co-op is like making a Double Dragon game without co-op. It's like, why would you even bother releasing it if you can't do that? Also, I'm rubbish at Bubble Bobble. I'm gonna just say that straight up. I played this game as a kid, and I was never any good at it. Yeah, as evidence there. Like, I don't know. I played the... Here's the thing. I had the first game on PlayStation back in the day. And... yeah, I think it's one of those games where I just kept spamming continues to get anywhere in it. And, I don't know. Beyond that, it's not really a series I've ever gotten into. It's just one of those things, it's like, this is interesting, but soundtrack's kind of irritating. I'm not really a fan of it. It's kind of funny, people tend to cite it as like, yeah, this is like the classic soundtrack, and I'm just like, nah, not really. In fact, I dare say I prefer this soundtrack to the one from the first game. Really, the lack of co-op is the problem with this one. It's just like you couldn't do co-op. Like, in 1993, like this, you know, like the NES game, like the first Bubble Bobble was out in, what, like 1988? It's like, come on now. It's like, you had to have known how to do co-op by that, by like 5 years later. Especially when you already did it for the first one. It's just, it's weird. But yeah. See, I kind of wish this wasn't lives hacked, because at least I could get it the way in like 5 minutes. Instead, you're gonna have to subject... I'm gonna have to subject you about like 15 minutes of like the worst Bubble Bobble gameplay you'll ever see. Because granted, while this game doesn't have co-op, you know, it's designed for one player. Yeah, I'm still the last person who should be playing it. Well, I'd imagine the reason for that is that Nice Code did rip off a lot of assets from this game for their games. Like, they loved using this game as a source. So, if this game gives you Nice Code vibes, that's the reason why. It's because they just loved ripping off the assets from this game. It's like how Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters tends to remind me a bit of, yeah, Inventor. Just because a lot of the graphics got ripped off. Also, here's the best part of the game. I like this. It's like, what is the sprite? Also, they have enemies camping where they can just hit you anywhere. Yeah, this doesn't sound like Nice Code. Like Nice Code has a distinct sound, and that distinct sound is like the worst composition you ever heard in your life. I gotta be honest though, this game does not control great. Like, the game just feels off, like even compared to the first one, which I don't think controlled especially great for a platformer. Like, even in like 1986, I think you could do better. Because that's when the arcade version came out. Also, how am I meant to hit this thing? Okay, I guess that works. The Doraemon hack? Well, there was a Doraemon hack of this game? I don't remember that. I know there was the Mega Drive bootleg that had Doraemon in it, which I think was based on this game. Though, I'm pretty sure that one did have co-op in it, so maybe that's the better one. I don't know. How do you say this ranks compared to the first one? Because again, I'm not the biggest fan of the original. But I think it would have made a lot more sense to have that game on here over this, considering that's the one that people actually care about. Well, that's one way to do it. So, what is with the, like, choppy, like, enemy movement? Like, look at that. It's like a 1985 game. Or playing a, like, MSX or SG-1000 or something like that. Oh, and the slowdown. Oh, is this normal to the game, or is this just the console? I'm going to guess this is actually the game, because the rest of the game seems to work. I mean, yes, this is obviously a hacked version of the game, because there's no way that I would have 15 lives at this point, or even 14. So it looks like I, like, hit the enemy there, but I, like, passed through it. Yeah, actually worked out in my favour. Yes, it does. I think I have the Mega Drive game on cartridge. Like, I found a cartridge somewhere ages ago. it is... Actually, that game is okay. Even if, like, the graphics and whatever are ripped off. Hold on. Is this one of those things you have to use, like, a specific weapon to beat the boss? Because I know the first game was like that. Or maybe I have to, like, hit it at the top of the head. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I do know this game's a lot more bosses than the first one, because I think the original, you only had the one boss at the end. But you had, like, tons of levels. Yep, this is it. Just spam the button to win. Okay, this... I probably should have got the turbo controller for this. I didn't realise this would be a thing. Yeah, I definitely remember the two-player mode being an option. Also, I'm sure there was, like, an intro cutscene to this as well, which also seems to be missing, because I didn't skip it. I think the game just did that itself. Also, yeah, I don't really get that. Aha! See, this sprite alone does redeem the game, though. Like, that is sprites. Wait, does the intro appear if you wait long enough? Because I would have thought it would just reset back to the title screen, because I was waiting there for like at least half a minute, and it didn't go back at any point. So maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I'm no expert on this game. I've played it a little bit before, but I wouldn't say I'm an expert. Like, what even is the best Bobble game? Like, in retrospect, like, is it the first one? Because that's the one everyone remembers, but... Here we go, I was like trying to fight the Chain Chomp. Which was in Mario 3, wasn't it? Granted, Mario 3 isn't going to be on this console, because they couldn't be bothered. Oh, and you get pushed off the platform by your own bubbles. That's great. Well, I'm not going to sit on the title screen for 3 minutes just to for the game to show an intro. Oh, okay, now we've got the lightning things from the first game. Okay, that thing I do remember. Oh, and also just have that happen. Yeah, I can see why they give you a ton of extra lives in this version. It's because they knew that you'd get stuff like this, where you just get killed over and over. Yeah, arcade games. Also, I don't even know you meant to hit this enemy. Also, it sounded like my washing machine was going off. That did not sound like a game sound effect. Okay, I've got no idea. Oh, and apparently there were two there, not that you could tell from the graphics. Well, yeah, it probably will be nice code, let's be honest. Because, yeah, there's a lot of nice code on this system, so... chances are, yeah, relatively high we'll see at least one of those today. Oh, and I also probably wasn't supposed to jump at that point. Also, I've got to be honest, yeah, I'd much rather have the boomerang from the last game compared to these bubbles, like, is there ever been a game where bubbles were actually an effective weapon? I'm not counting Mega Man 2, because you pretty much just use that for the last boss. And only because you have to. So there we go. Get the maize. You're not even supposed to eat maize. I don't know, do dragons like maize? Because humans certainly don't, from my experience. I disagree with that. I mean, like water's really not that difficult. I was playing through Super Mario fairly recently, and yeah, I beat the game. Like, I beat it on, like, one continue. Because that's a game I do know how to play. Also, it seems like you don't seem to have as tight of a time limit as you do in a lot of Taito's, like, other games from around this time. Although, how you meant to do this, I don't know. Like, is there, like, some, like, button combo that I'm missing? Or do I just have to... No. Because that doesn't work. Yeah, it's like you just have to take a death, I guess. Because how you meant to do that in time, I don't know. Because you see how thin that area is. Okay, what is this? Oh, okay, it's just the kill all the enemies move. Well, that's fine by me. Wait, what's going on? Wait, why can't it go up? Is it these things that prevent me from being able to go up? I don't really understand that. Oh, and of course the thing naturally misses the enemy. Oh, I guess that works. Yeah, it's like you literally are just stuck at the bottom of the whole level. Great. Hello! How's it? How you doing? Well, I'm playing a bit of Bobble 2 because I messed up on Power Blade. And there's no way I'm going to beat this game. Just going to put that straight up. Like, like, I would have a better chance of, like, winning the lottery than I would have beaten a Bobble game on 1 credit. Because I was never good at these. Again, I played the first one on PlayStation as a kid. And I never really got into the series besides that. I don't know what it is, but it never quite did it for me. Maybe the game's just a little too arcade coded for my for my brain. Again, apparently I set off fire. How does that work? Yeah, I don't know. The thing with bubbles is they're usually not very effective. Like, maybe if you're in an Amiga game where, like, anything can kill you. Like a droplet of water can be death in a lot of Amiga games. Like, doesn't, like, the Indiana Jones game that, like, Teartex made, doesn't that have, like, water that kills you? And as in droplets of water. And, like, puddles that just kill you for no reason. Oh, where are we going? What is this? Round 20. See, the problem is, I can really only associate that, Yeah, okay, this is a bit of a problem. Not being able to see the whole screen. Because, like, there's no indicator to say where the boss is, which is kind of a problem. Oh good, this is going to be annoying. Yeah, somebody tells me I'm not going to beat this part, because I don't know what you're supposed to do. Yeah, not really a fan of this part. Yeah, it's like, how are you even meant to dodge that? That's impossible. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it that's possible, but also, no. I think I'm going to pass on that. I mean, even if I wasn't doing, like, the 1 credit thing, I'd just be like, yeah, I'd rather just play a better game. Or one that's less willing to kill me every 3 seconds. So that's that page done. Next up, we have page 25, which is doubtless going to be classic. Okay, what's on this one? Ah, yes. All of my favourite games, like Robot, Season Garden, Shrew Mouse. Okay, how many of these are going to have the Bobble 2 font in them? I'm going to guess it's more than 0. But yeah, Shrew Mouse, Snowball, Starfighter, Strafe, Small Dinosaur, Silent Hunter, The Archer, and twin cards. You know, I'm going to do twin cards first. Just because I feel like it. You know what? Since this is literally just a card matching game, let's just go for level 2. And just start the game on stage 40. Where's the... Okay, I can barely see the cursor. That's great. Also, great sound effects too. Okay, well, they do not give you a lot of time on this level either. They're just like, oh, you fancy yourself a master? Well, guess what? I just beat the level. I win! Win! How many levels are in this? Does this game have an ending, or does it just, like, loop over and over? Also, this colour scheme is not good. Like, what is this? Oh, okay, I don't like this. I do not like this colour scheme at all. Hold on, leaf. Where was the leaf? No! No, I might run out of time here. Which is fine by me. I did not want to play this game for more than like a minute anyway. Also, like, I can barely see anything on the screen. This is like... I imagine this is what, like, the average game looks like to a colourblind person. Bootlegger fell. Oh, the one that I played before. Try again. Yeah, so the count on games that ripped off the Bubble 2 font, well, it's already at 1. But, yeah, I'm just going to leave that, because who cares? What else do we have? You know, I think I've played Starfighter already, so we'll just take a look at this. Starfighter. Yeah, so you might remember on one of the previous streams I played, like, 2 or 3 different versions of this. There was Cannonade, and then there was whatever the other one was called, like Air Alert. Yeah, and this is literally the same game, but they changed the graphics a bit. So, yeah, since I've already played this one, I think we're just going to move on. So the great thing about these Nice Code games at this point is that I've already played a lot of these. And there's really nothing to do. What else do we have? So, Robot... Did I play Robot? There's definitely more than one version of this on here. Yeah, because I played the games on this page, I think. Yeah, so the games that are on this page, I've already done them. And there are, like, at least, like, 2 or 3 different games on this page that are just the same as the ones on the other page. And I'm pretty sure Robot is one of them. I kind of want to have another go at this one, though. Tell you the truth, even though I have played this game before, I will actually make an exception and give this one another go. So, yeah, this is just the game Labyrinth, except they've changed the graphics a bit. And, yeah, the graphics are confusing, let's say. And I feel like this character is also ripped off from Bubble 2.
And this soundtrack.
I had to. Like, it's worth playing this game just so I can do that. Oh. Okay, well, I just won without even looking at the screen for most of it. I guess that's one way to do it. How many levels does this game have? I don't know. Yeah. So I gotta play this game for real. Yeah, this is... It's like the world's saddest rip-off of Choo Choo Rocket. Here we go. R. Then we gotta go for the LL Cool J. I don't even know. I don't think LL Cool J will be caught dead playing this, though. Yeah, there's so many versions of these games. I mean, even on this console, like, this is actually, I think, the second version of this game that we've seen on here. I'm only playing this again because I actually do want to see if this game ends. I'm guessing it does. So it's hard to tell, like, what direction they're going in when they're moving towards the screen rather than away. So I think I press no here, and then I win. Do you want to press yes, or do you want to press no? I mean, at least it tells you what the controls do, and they actually match up with the controller. Considering that there are other nice code games on here where the controls don't even really make sense. The problem is, I can't hear this song without thinking of, and this soundtrack. Hold on, was that the right way? Or is... This may actually be the wrong way. Let's see. I think the problem is that just that the game is so slow. Like, look at this. Okay, is this the correct way? The answer is no. No, I have to go the other way. Although, the stage counter does make me think that this game probably has less than 10 levels. So maybe this one's doable as long as I don't mess up. Okay, let's say yes this time. No, apparently it's not that. Okay, I don't know how you beat this level. Okay, I guess I'll have to say no to that one. Okay, so we say yes to this one, and then we say no to that, and then we say no again. Well, no, because if you say no to that one, then you just lose anyway. But hold on, is this level unfinishable? Like, did they just like glitch out the level? Did they not even test it? Because I don't think that level is actually possible to beat. Like, I genuinely don't think they tested it. Unless maybe, if anyone wants to prove me wrong and show how you do that level, but as far as I can tell, that level does genuinely seem impossible. But anyway. What else do we have? So we have... I'm trying to think. What other games on this have I played? Okay, I'm pretty sure I've done Strafe before. Yeah, this is... was it Penta Base? Or whatever it's called? Yeah, because I played Penta Base, which is literally this. But with different graphics. Like, what even is this graphic design? Oh no, not the angry faces of death that look like rejected Kirby characters. What is this? Yeah, this is less Poppy Bros and more Poopy Bros. Sorry. I'm sorry, this loop is so bad, I can't even play that for more than a minute. Just no. Okay, Small Dinosaur we've done. So this is just Mad Christmas again. And I think I beat Mad Christmas on this, didn't I? Like, I remember getting the ending to Mad Christmas when I played that. And yeah, this is literally just Mad Christmas, except with a creepy dancing baby teddy thing, or whatever that's supposed to be. And a dinosaur that has, like, the world's, like, jumpiest eyes. Like, look at the way that this thing's pupils move around. Oh. Yeah, this is what Croc would be if it was made by a literal 5-year-old. And no, we're not doing that. Again, that loop, I'm like, no, I'm not listening to more than a minute of that. The Archer. No, I don't think I've done that one. I think the rest of these are games that I haven't done yet. So let's do Season Garden. Let's just maybe do these in order. Yep, it's another game with a Bobble 2 font. Okay, Season Garden. Well, it's the springtime, so it's the perfect time to take care of your garden if you have one. Yeah, I remember this. So this is just whack-a-mole. It, yeah, it basically is what you expect. It's like, hey, you want to play whack-a-mole on your Nintendo? Well, now you can with the power of Season Garden. Doubtless this won't be the only whack-a-mole style game that we see on this console either. There's got to be at least one more one on here, like... No, Timeout? Oh, summer. Okay. Get ready for the summer. to whack these weird-looking things in the head. Yeah, this is it. So I think you're supposed to leave those things, if I remember correctly. If I remember wrong, then I'm going to lose in a bit. But I think that's how this game works. Basically, don't hit the less creepy things, because then you lose points, and then... Yeah. Also, hit the gems, because for some reason you get, like, double points. Because that's just nice code games for you. Now it's time for the autumn! Oh, look at this, though. Oh, some of the most impressive graphics yet seen from an ice code game. They fade out to animate leaves moving down the screen. Actually, I make fun of nice code, but this game isn't that bad. Like, this one makes sense. Again, granted, it is ripping off existing games. It is just kind of, here is whack-a-mole. And just made our own version of it, but... Oh, at least there's some level of challenge. I do like the, like, cool spot sort of knockoff face on the top left. It's kind of cool. This almost sounds like it could be, like, the intro to, like, a late 90s kind of, like, atmospheric dance thing, but it just never kicks in. Or maybe not in terms of the instrumentation, but, like, compositionally. Maybe something there. But yeah, I'm just going to play this for a bit. Save yourself the hassle of having to play the rest of the games on this page. Oh, and we're back to spring. Okay, so I think I beat this game. Unless you beat the game by clearing a certain number of loops. I don't think this game does that. I think this is just a case of you get 4 levels and they just loop back to the first one. I do think the graphics on here are at least a little bit better than a lot of Nice Code's other games. A lot of them are just too bland. You know, it's like they kind of put the bare minimum into the graphics a lot of the time. This one, they were like, you know what, we got a few extra minutes, we can do, look, you know, cool animations. Oh, got it in the last second. Okay, and game over. Is that the, oh, sorry. Is that the Mortal Kombat font? I think it might be. But, you know, I'm going to count that as a game completed, since I did manage to make the game loop back to the first level. So, hey, that makes it 50 games cleared. We finally made the milestone today. Anyway, that's Season Garden. Again, as far as I know, the game doesn't really end beyond just going back to spring. So, Shrew Mouse. Like, what is that title screen? Like, that is neither a shrew nor a mouse. It's more like a badly deformed bear. Okay, this game doesn't really end, I don't think. I don't think there is a win condition for this one, so let's just go for... Okay, I don't remember what these modes actually do. Let's just pick mode 1, and let's just do for 3 rounds, and let's see who wins. Okay, if I can win best, like, 2 out of 3... Oh. Okay, I didn't realise I was the red one. I thought it was the blue one, for some reason. Okay, I'm probably not going to win. Also, a bit of a problem here. The playfield actually goes off the screen. Like, that's not my stream cutting off the screen. That's how it is on my TV as well. Well, I guess blue wins. Okay, so I gotta remember, I am the red player. So yeah, you might know this game as Snafu... Oh, okay, that was just bad. Why did I do that? But yeah, you might know this as Snafu. This is basically a rip-off of that. Snafu being a classic Intellivision game, which was... Yeah, similar to... What was that one arcade game? Like, really early? Was it called something like Tapeworm? I forget the name, but... Yeah, it's that game where, you know, the Tron Light Cycles was based on. Also, yeah, something tells me I'm not going to win this, but sure. Nope, not going to win this at all. Because I'm apparently really bad at this. But yeah, this is literally just that game where you draw the lines and try not to crash into the lines. Kind of what Snake was based on. But yeah. Not a whole lot to say about this one. The real tragedy with this game is that, again, this is based on Snafu, and Snafu had this really good... It had this amazing soundtrack. Also, Game Oya... I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, like where is the Snafu soundtrack? Like, I demand the Snafu theme. Because that was the best part of Snafu. It's not even in this game. Okay, what is Game 8? I want to see that. Okay, so they just put a lot of random stuff in the middle of the screen. See, that's the best thing about Snafus. You can just do the theme yourself. I kind of want to get that theme up now. And maybe just play it in place of, like, whatever song is in the next game. Okay, well, now we have Snowball, which features a version of Frere Jacques, because why not? Okay, let's play this one. Ding dang dong. Don't they write the lyrics as like ding ding ding? Also, I could have sworn that level normally has more holes. So, yeah, in case you haven't figured it out yet, this is, well, clearly a rip-off of, well, Sokoban. Like, it's literally just Sokoban, except they made it snow-themed for some reason. I don't really understand that. Well, the controls are certainly faster than Porter, at least, and the colours are a lot less putrid. So it's got that going for it. I think this one has infinite lives, doesn't it? But I'm just going to play until I get stuck. If I get stuck on one of these levels, I'll just move on. Because I don't want to be here all day playing Sokoban, of all things. I'm not really a Sokoban fan to begin with, so... yeah. Also, amazing sound effect design, too. I swear there's another version of this called Box World, which is, you know, just the standard Sokoban theme. And I think this was actually a direct rip-off of the game Box World that was a shareware Windows 3.1 game, I think. Like, they just took that game and ripped it off. Because I know there was another game called Zeke the Geek, which they also ripped off, and that was definitely a shareware game. Yeah. So I know the basics of Sokoban. Trouble is if I get stuck. Okay, let's put it this way. I'm allowed to use the undo function, but if I mess up the level too much... or not. Apparently the game only has like 5 levels and you're done. I swear that game has more levels, though, because when I played Box World, I'm sure there's something like 30 levels that you have to beat. But I guess the version that they put on this console is a cut-down version that has like 5 levels and they just gave up. So I don't know if this is an early version of the game, or if maybe they just made a cut-down version that they put on this console. Well, I guess we can count this as a game completed. Also, hello Benzine, how you doing? Yeah, unfortunately you just missed me completing Snowball. But you are just in time for some of the other games on this page. Classics like... actually, no, I've done most of them. Never mind. No, turns out this page took a lot less time than I thought it would. Yeah, we have Silent Hunter and the Archer. I'm trying to think, have I done the Archer? I'm trying to think, have I done this game? Because I played a game called Polar Bat. Is this just Polar Bat again, or is this different? I think this may be slightly different. Because I remember there was Panzer Attack, which is also like this, but again is kind of different. Like, you couldn't jump in that one. But, yeah. Okay, let's try not to get killed. And then we can beat the level. Okay, so I think this is technically different, so I'll continue with this one. Oh, and now there's, like, birds that I have to try not to jump into. No, and I got killed. Great. Yeah, you can tell this is from the same people that programmed Arena, because the hit detection is not very good. I don't know who programmed Arena, but they... Yeah, they were kind of like the member of staff that no one respected, I think. Also, how are you meant to time avoiding the flying thing? I don't really get that. Also, it seems like if you die, the whole level resets because the designer was a git. Or maybe they just realised the game was too short. Yeah, like, you see I was like a frame away from getting killed? Also, I just randomly got killed even though the droplet was like, had been off the screen for like a full second. So yeah, this is obviously from the same tit that made Arena. So I'm just going to say throw that one in the bin. Okay, let's finish off this page with some Silent Hunter. I don't actually remember what this one is. I don't think this is one I've played yet. Yeah, here we go, Silent Hunter, so... Yeah, it plays a submarine. Okay, so I think this is also a rip-off of an Intellivision game. I don't remember the original, but I think this is ripping off... Was it called Sub Hunt? Or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, this is like, we have silent... we have silent service at home. If anyone's played that. Yeah, you ever played Silent Service? Because I've tried playing that one on both like the NES and Commodore 64. And I never quite figured it out. Also, apparently pressing A just uses up your... it just uses up your torpedoes, which is great. So how does this game work? So I'm heading southwest. Yeah, I have to imagine the original version of this is probably a little bit better. If I had to guess. Oh no, it's one of those things where like the thing travels with the screen. Yeah, thanks game, I appreciate it. Also, I do not know how this game works. Like, again, I'm not familiar with the original, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I'm not liking this at all. I can see why I don't remember this one. Because it should not be remembered. So look at this. It takes half an hour just to start going the other way. I mean, granted, I am on a submarine, to be fair. But even then. Yeah, I can see the Intellivision is probably not a console that was built for, like, submarine simulations. I mean, I'm not really a fan of these kind of, like, war simulation games to begin with. Like, Battlezone on the NES is kind of okay, but... Yeah, then you have something like this, and it's just... Okay, I don't even know what happened. Okay, just randomly quit. So, like, if I hold down B, it just makes the S meter just jut. I don't know if that's meant to be speed. Like, I have no idea what... Like, I assume S is speed, because I don't know what else it could be. But look at this, I move so slowly, too. Like... No, because if I hold up, it doesn't do anything. If I press down, it does this. Yep, this sure is a game. Welcome to the excitement of Silent Hunter. I never really got into the whole VTuber thing. I don't know. It's one of those things, people are into it. But... I don't know. I'm too lazy. I'm just like, I'd rather just have a camera. And I can't even be bothered with that. I'd rather just let the game speak for itself. That's always been my method. You know, because you came here to watch someone fail at games. And that's what I'm providing to you today in full force. But hey, at least we're nearly done with this page. And we're barely an hour into the stream. I'm not going to lie, I actually do just want to, like, just quit this game right now. But I want to at least try to blow, like, one thing up. Because there has to be something to this game. Look at this, like, it just randomly quits. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Because, like, you look at the meter on the bottom of the screen, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, if I shoot torpedoes, like, nothing happens. Like, there's no indication that it's going towards the enemy. Like, maybe this would make more sense if I was familiar with the original game, but I really am not. And since this version of the game has no in-game explanation of what to do, I think we're just going to move on. I'd rather just not and say we did. Okay, well that's yet another page down, so that means we're done with page 25. Now it's time for page 23, so great. Time to get even more of these games out of the way. So we are on this page. But you know what, it's great to get so many of these nice code games out of the way, because we've done this page, we've done this one, we're going to do this one, we've done this, we've done this. We haven't done this one, though. Yeah, so we still have Animal Contest to look forward to. Want to bet if that's going to come up today? You'll just have to wait and see. But, okay, so what do we have here? We have... Well, firstly, nice code pages always seem to come in pairs. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, we have Firebase, First Defender, 5 Days, Frantic Mouse, Fruit Dish, Gallagant, Garden War, Gate, Hallihoo, and Hexapod New. What is Hexapod New? Oh, is this just IQ Champion again? I thought this might be the other one. Yeah, Hexapod New, also known as Hexadod. Yep, presents to start. Great. Yeah, I think I know what this is. Yeah, so this is just Buzz Bombers, the Intellivision game. They just ripped off and put on this console. But yeah, you might remember IQ Champion, which is literally just this. That version might be easier, though, because I think in IQ Champion, like, you can see on the bottom where my character kind of runs out of energy as I shoot. And that doesn't happen in IQ Champion. No, Hexapod War... I think I played that on one of the other streams. That is on this console, it's just not on this page. But I'm pretty certain I've done that. That was the Shark Shock ripoff. That is obligatory for all these consoles. But you know, actually, I will play this one a bit. This is mostly the same, but this one actually does have some challenge. Just because you have limited shots, essentially. Because, yeah, like, this literally just is, you know, Buzz Bombers, except the graphics are a little bit different, but it's even got that sort of Intellivision, like, font that they always used. Like, even that's the same. But yeah, presents to start. I don't know if this one ends after a certain number of levels. But if it's like IQ Champion, then after 9 levels it just quits. And then it just resets back to the title screen. Because they couldn't be bothered to make more than 9 levels, or test more than 9. It's like, yeah, make a 10th level. Nah, that's too much work. It's funny too, because I have come across at least a few nice code games where if you get far enough into them, they just crash, which may be the reason why some of these do end early. I remember playing Vectron in the nice code series, and the game just ends after 4 levels. Like, it doesn't even give you the rest of them. And again, like, you know, Snowman, which we just saw, the Sokoban ripoff, you know, that one's just like, you know what? People don't even like Sokoban, so let's just quit after 5 levels. And just say, you know what, you've got better things to do. This song brings me back, though, to, like, the Dream Gear, like, plug-and-play consoles. I don't know. I mean, this game is fine, to be fair. I mean, at least this version has some level of challenge, where the original... Well, I said the original. IQ Champion, the one that I played before, which is probably a later version of this, if I had to guess, because it changes up more from the original. Yeah, like, that really it just doesn't really have much in the way of challenge. Like, it's too easy. So I'd imagine if I run out of shots, then I'd just lose. Kind of like the sound effects. Boop! So they do give a lot of enemies on the later levels. That's probably why I'm about to lose. Okay. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. Because surely Atari on chip must have been easy to do. Like, they had the TV Boy back in the 90s. So, why they chose to do, like, NES versions of Atari 2600 games, I'll never know. It's like, why would you even bother? Like, surely it's easier to just have them on an Atari on a chip. Which has existed for longer than NES on a chip. So, yeah, that really just mystery. So, what are these things even supposed to be? Like, I think there were bees in the original. I don't know what they're supposed to be in this one. Like, eels? Like, just badly miscolored eels? Oh. It displays the game over screen for 1 frame, and then just quits. Great. Anyway, that is Hexadod. I think it's meant to be Hexapod, but that really just says Hexadod. Okay, what else do we have? Oh god, Frantic Mouse. Great. Fruit Dish. Is that just Fruit Gift again? Or is that something else? Gate. Yeah, you want to come down to my house and play some Gate on my entertainment system? Okay, let's play some First Offender. With the same song from the last game. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, this is like Space Invaders, but it's not. This is, I think, a game called Space Armada from the Intellivision. So this is yet another Intellivision game that they just ripped off. Except I think in the original there was like some variation between levels where eventually you'd have invisible enemies and they'd probably have different patterns, I think. Maybe. I forget exactly how the original goes, but I think this, they just repeat the first level over and over and just call it a day. If I remember this game correctly, try to see if I can get that red one. At least the hit detection here works better than it does in, like, the Archer, for instance. This game actually kind of functions. Though, funnily enough, they do seem to have changed the font, where they didn't in so many of the other games. Okay, to be fair, the enemies do actually go faster later on, so I suppose I have to give them some credit. At least they got that part right. Ah! Nope, the shots are going faster too. Yeah, this really just is Space Invaders for people who didn't have an Atari 2600. I guess it makes sense. Space Invaders was... It was kind of the game that really made the Atari 2600 as big as it was. Wait, do you have to hit that multiple times? I thought you only had to hit it once. Nope, and apparently I lost. Apparently that counts as landing, even though it was still a few rows away. Because, nice code games, I guess. I don't know. Should I count that one as completed? No, I think it may actually get faster past that. Okay, I'll just leave it. 5 days. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, this is just the same game again. The one where you're just sitting at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, they include, like, 4 or 5 different versions of this same game. I want to say this is the original. That doesn't make it worth showcasing, because who cares? Like, you see we've got the same god-awful song from the other version. Like, what is the song? Like, who heard this song and was like, yeah, let's just put that in the game. Yeah, you should get a medal for playing through this game, I think. And you know what? I'm not going to bother. Let's do... Is Fruit Dish one I've done before? What is this? Oh, no, this is a different one. Okay, this is the one where you have to change the thing into a lemon for some reason. Yeah, that's it. Remember the pattern, kids. So it's like grape, strawberry, banana, lemon, that's it. So it seems to be the same pattern every time, at least. Also, are you enjoying the amazing soundtrack? Yeah, I'm just going to mute the game. I don't even care. By the way, I can still hear the game audio on my end. Just about. This is like if Fruit Pig was the worst game ever made. And didn't even have the pig in it. Oh, good. Now we get to do the same thing, but do it twice as long. Because that's really what they had to do to up the challenge, I guess. It's like, oh, you did it 10 times? No, do it 20 times. No, hold on. Yeah, let's just do it like this. Yeah, if only this game had the Blaster Master soundtrack, it would be the best game in the world. Except for all of those other games that we like more. Yeah. How many levels does this game have? Does anyone know? Does this game have infinite levels? Because if so, I'm just going to reset. But I do actually want to see if level 3 does anything different. Oh, we got an apple now. Oh, they're changing it up now. Oh, who could believe it? A fifth fruit in the rotation. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just going to mute the TV. I think that's better. Save myself the hassle. So look at how fast the timer goes as well. I think I had like 200 seconds, I think. So yeah, you could probably get like 2 wrong and then you lose. Yeah, I can feel the challenge all the way from my sofa. By sofa, I actually mean chair, because I'm not sitting in a sofa. If only I was sitting in a sofa. Though I'd probably get a headache if I did, because I'm... if I sit in the wrong posture, that just happens for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe that's from the audio coming from this game. Okay, what is level 3? I do like the cloud face, though. That's actually pretty good. Oh, here we go. Now we gotta get the apple. Okay, so apple comes after lemon. Okay, so they actually do change this up a little bit after level 2. It's like, oh, now we've got 2 things. Yeah, this is the worst Game & Watch game I ever played in my life. Just... yeah, see, now I'm just kind of missing Door. Ugh. Do you think the person who programmed this game was proud of their work? See, I nearly messed that one up. Yep, this is it. So, getting up to anything tomorrow? Yeah, got the bank holiday weekend. I'm currently just spending it playing the classic game Fruit Dish. You know, everyone's favourite. Because you know that for a proper fruit dish, you need 25 lemons. It's just not ready otherwise. Actually, what happens if you get a wrong one? I'm not going to test that here, because this game isn't worth it, but... like, does the count go up, or does it just remain the same? Also, it just seemed to just pick the pipes completely at random. I like that they have the pipe imagery and the smiling clouds to try to invoke memories of a much better game. It's like they know. They know that you want to play certain other games that may or may not be on this compilation. And I certainly don't think Mario 3 is on here, because I'm sure we would have seen it by now. If only on the menu. Yeah, this is it. Must that been that, like, after I get one of these counters to 0, it's still going to just keep adding things to that one that I've already done? I bet you this game does that. Yeah, where's Police Dog Lacey when you need them? You know, that theme. Which actually is better than the music in this game, which should tell you something. As in the music that actually plays in the game, not what I'm playing right now. Oh, we got 7, we got 3. Oh, we got 2. Oh, we're going to see the epic ending to level 3. When the game decides to let me finish. Eventually. Yeah, like this is all you do. I can play this game one-handed. So for those who like to drink squash while playing video games, this is perfect. You want to jack off and play a video game? Yep, knew the game was going to do that. Because the programmer was a tit. Oh. Okay, so this is one of those things where it's entirely possible to lose just because the RNG didn't go your way. Like, look at this. I think this may be like one of the worst designed games I've seen yet, and that's saying something, considering some of the other ones we've seen. This is like almost hammer and nail level. So like I have to pray that something spawns out of the left pipe, otherwise I just lose. Look at this. If it only spawns out the right pipe, then it'll just be like, oh, well, you lost, even though there was literally nothing you could have done better. Yeah, there we go. 23 seconds left. Stage 4. How's about go fuck yourself? I'm not doing that. Because no sane person is ever going to play beyond level 3. Let's be honest. Like, considering that I played perfectly and barely had enough time because the randomizer was broken, it means I get a day off from work. That's where that comes in. It means I don't have to work Monday. Which is great, because that gives me more time to play Firebase. Okay, what is this? Oh! Yeah, let's play this classic. Okay, so this is like one of those shooters that I played on one of the other streams. There are so many games like this that are on this console, particularly ones from Nice Code, where it's kind of just things appear and you have to shoot them. But I think the one that I played, it had like a power-up that you could use with a B button that would destroy things that came into contact with it. And this game doesn't have that. It only has enemies that fly to the left. This feels like they wanted to rip off Mega Mania. Yeah, in fact, I think this just is Mega Mania. Like, they just tried to rip that off, and you just end up with a much lesser version of it. Oh, also, you got this, like, weird turbo fire that doesn't really work. There we go. Nope, and you just randomly win. Great. So I guess you just shoot enough enemies and you win. And I'm also going to take a wild guess and say this game does not have an ending. Actually, why don't I just stay on the left-hand side? It's easier to time this. And it's not like the enemies try to aim for you like in Space Invaders or anything like that. Or at least they do in the Atari version anyway. I forget if they do that in the arcade. It's the worst sub-scan I've played. Like I say, this is... Yeah, this is like they try to make Mega Mania, but they ended up just turning it into like generic nice code shooter that's like almost indistinguishable from their other ones. So how long do these levels go on for? Like, look at this. I have to shoot like 100 enemies just to beat the level. Okay, like, did anyone keep a count on how many enemies that took? So I got 9,000 points. You get 100 points every time you shoot an enemy. So yeah, 90 enemies just to get to level 3. So I'm guessing level 1 you have to shoot 30, level 2 you have to shoot 60. This one you probably have to shoot 90, so I have to get, like, double the points just to beat this level. And it's not like anything else changes, like, it's just the same level over and over again. It's the same note over and over again as well. It's like, yeah, we got like 10 seconds of music. I mean, it barely qualifies as such, but we'll stick it in the game anyway. I mean, someone had to have known that these games would have actually been better without music. In most cases. But they had to have known that. Also, like, the music cuts out every time, like, a sound effect plays, too. Some good stuff. Like, several of their games do that, actually. Just, like, a common fault with these games. Though I say it's a common fault, it really kind of improves it, because it means that you don't hear as much of the music. Oh, I did it, I think. Okay, well, I would turn the audio off. Unfortunately, there's no option to pause, because the programmer was a git. I was like, oh yeah, do you want us to program, like, an option to pause the game? No, that's too much. Instead, the stop button does nothing, so... Yeah, as much as I would love to turn the audio off, unfortunately, I'm also trying not to get killed, because there's really no safe spot on the screen, so... You'll just have to stick it out. Ugh. So, yeah, you can blame the audio being left on just the programmer being being an idiot. I try not to call programs idiots, but I think in this case it's justified. You know, if you couldn't even program a stop button into your game, then... Or a pause button... Yeah, maybe go back and... go back to, like, programming 101. And try again. Okay, I'll turn it off now. That better not have restarted the level. If it did, I'm gonna just call the... I'm just gonna call the programmer an idiot again. Fuck whoever programmed this game. Here's where you go back and program a game that actually works. I mean, I'm not a programmer, but I could design a game better than this. Albeit an original one. Here we go. Wall of Death. If only I could fire more than 2 shots on screen. Though, to be fair, if I could do that, it'd be the easiest game in the world. So, more so than Snowball, which has like 5 levels and you're done. It is funny just how short some of these games are. Like, Panda Attack, you literally have 2 levels and you win. And that's it. I mean, Archer probably has 2 levels as well, but... You know, I couldn't beat it. Well, actually, no, it has 3 levels at least, but I'm not beating that because the hit detection is so bad that it breaks the game. Like, genuinely the worst hit detection I ever saw. Like, on par with the Arena game that I played. It was called Arena, wasn't it? You know, there are countless games like this that were coded on BASIC that are just this. Just like you could have bought this game or a game just like this on ZX Spectrum in 1982 for like £3. And that would have actually been better because at least it wouldn't have this music in the background the whole time. Like, that alone would have made it a better experience. Yeah, I'm going to try to beat level 5. And then, if I beat level 5, I'll just call... If it goes to level 6, I'm just going to reset. Because the game has really done nothing to change it up. The only thing that changes between levels is the amount of enemies you have to kill to get to the next level. That's it. That's the only thing they did. It's like, effort, who needs it? Okay, we're making these games, we're making 20 games a day. Okay, we are going to be in the money once these plug-and-play consoles ship. There's probably like a sound like covers thing where they're working for pittance. I wish it was Batman. Actually, let's just try just firing on the right-hand side. Do they ever drop bombs if you sit on the right? I want to see this. See if it's possible to break the game. Nope, because the enemies are cheap arseholes, and the designer was an idiot. I'm just going to keep calling them an idiot. I'm also just going to count that as a game complete. Because there's no way the game ends after level 5. Like, I guarantee you it's just, like, loops endlessly, and it's just that for the whole game. And, there's a couple other games on this page that I think are actually very similar. So, Gallagant. This may be one I've actually played before. Is this the same game? No. This one, they just, like... Yeah, they just crash into you immediately, because... This is like, what if we took the last game, but made it even worse? No. You know what? That's not even worth playing for more than, like, 30 seconds. I'm like, yeah, I would rather throw this console out the window than play that for another minute. God and more. Yeah, thankfully that never came to pass. Oh, look, it's the exact same game I just played. Yeah, let's put two games next to each other that are literally the same game, and are basically Gallagher, if it was designed by a man over the weekend who'd had like 5 minutes of training on how to program the game beforehand. Okay, Frantic Mouse, what is this? No, I know this one. This is the one where you gotta jump on the platforms. Yeah, here you go. You ever played this one? Like, this is it? If this is it... You know, let's just be thankful that Nice Code no longer make video games, because Nice Code plus AI truly would be a match made in hell. Like, more so than Nice Code and whatever tool they were using to make these games. And the tools they were hiring to program them. So I don't get the counter. So, I mean, obviously you got the life counter. And then you got the cloud counter. Yeah, they loved using this song a lot. And it's like the worst one. It's like... Also, how are you even supposed to do that? Like, is the game just broken? Well, whatever the case may be. I'm going to move on, because I don't feel like playing that anymore. It's like, we took like a shitty Flash game and made it worse. What else do we have? Yeah, I think we have Gate, we have Hallihoo. And I think that's it. I think that's all we have left on this page, which is fine by me. Yeah, we've done the rest of these. Okay, Gate. I don't think I've done this one yet. Ugh. Thankfully, a game that has no music in it. Already this is better than most of the other games I've played today. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This is the one where you're going around in a maze and trying not to get killed. And I think this is the game where like the hitboxes are larger than the sprite appears. Also, occasionally it will just spawn you in an enemy's path. Because that's totally fair. And that just spawned you back at the start of the level. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, this is just a thing. It's like, okay, we figured out how to program teleports. Let's just do that. Okay. So I've got an idea. Yeah, because there's a certain spot where if you spawn there, you just get killed. Okay, this is the one where I've got to be careful. Well, no, it's not that one. It's the next one. Yeah, so watch this. So you see those two moving around the middle? Hold on, did I pick the wrong one? Hold on. Okay, I'm missing something. No, it's this one. Oh. Yeah, this is arsehole gaming. Like, what even are the sound effects? Also, it's just me, or do the locations keep changing? Yeah, this sucks. This is like... Yeah, someone actually produced this game and was like, yeah, this is good enough to release. I mean, people make fun of Action 52, but I would take most of the Action 52 games over this. At least those games had a little bit more going on. More than I could say for this. Like, what even are the character designs? Like, am I just playing as a mushroom? That's like no features. Like, the characters are so small too. Like there's virtually no graphics in this game. Oh, no, apparently I did it. I'm going to assume there's a finite number of levels to this. Also, there's no, like, indication of where you're going to spawn. Like, there isn't even an animation for, like, you warping into the next place or anything like that. Because that would have apparently required some effort. It's like, okay, where did I spawn? Okay, I spawned on the top bit, apparently. Not that I would have known, because there's no indication as to where you're about to appear. Like, where am I? I don't see where I'm... Okay, apparently I'm at the start of the level. Like, they couldn't have put an animation for teleporting into the next part. Or even just had you spawn in the teleport. But they probably didn't know how to do that. Oh, and I got stuck in the thing. Did I go on the bottom one or the top one? Okay, I picked the right one. Yeah, I'm going to pick the top one because this game likes to pop review. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason as to which doors you're meant to go through either. It's completely random. And I'm not even sure if it's consistent, like which door you're supposed to go through. It seems like it just kind of changes randomly. Okay, did we do it? Okay. Stage 3. Okay, so let's try the top one first. So the top one spawns me in the top right corner. And then this one spawns me at the start. Okay. Like, what am I supposed to do there? It just spawns me in the enemy because the program was a dickhead. So again, like there isn't... the games are making me physically ill. That's how bad these are. Yeah, like the game literally spawns you into the path of the enemy. Like, again, like what am I supposed to do there? It's like... Oh. Like, that game can truly go in the bin. Like, that is, like, one of the worst games I've played today. And considering the caliber of the games I've played, that's saying something. Hallihoo. I think this is essentially just the last game, except without the teleports. The problem with this one is that the... Well, firstly, you get caught on the walls easily. The other problem is that I think some of these enemies kind of move around randomly. Like, this purple thing has, like, a random movement pattern. Like, there's no consistency to it. Like, it will just change directions completely at random. So good luck with this one. Yeah, like, you have barely enough time to get past that. Also, are you enjoying the amazing soundtrack yet? Ugh. You know, it's amazing that I think I genuinely think these games have actually been worse than usual. Like these nice code ones. Compared to a lot of the other ones I've played. Yeah, it's less stressful and more just broken. Just in terms of design. Like, it is genuinely... Not this game, particularly, but, like, the last one, certainly. Where it's like, they obviously never tested it. Like, there's no way that they actually got around to doing that. Because some of these games are, like, near just unplayable. Like, this purple thing that... Because, okay, you've got the green and red ones that move back and forth. And then you've got this purple one that just moves in completely random patterns. And it can get stuck. Okay, and some of these you got, like, barely enough time. Like, look at that. Like, it's really tight. The timing on some of these, too. Okay, I might be okay. So, I don't trust these gaps. Ooh, okay, so we've got to go down to the bottom. And then try to finish the level. Oh, okay, I did it. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this is an improvement over the last game. At the very least, like, it's less broken. Again, all they had to do for that last game was just not spawn you into the path of oncoming enemies. Just spawn you in an alcove where there aren't any. And then the game at least would work. And they couldn't even do that. I think really the problem with this game is that the soundtrack is so awful. Like, does this even qualify as a soundtrack? Just, ugh. Okay, so now we've got to get to the exit. Okay, I'm amazed that didn't just, like, kill me immediately. Ugh, okay, I did it. I don't know how many levels this game has, but it's probably going to be at least 5, if I had to guess. Okay, try to collect this thing. Yeah, I totally get what you mean about the song being stressful. I can't argue with that. So I'm going to assume the exit is that dark bit on the left. Okay, okay. Where's the pattern I'm supposed to take? I guess this will do. At least you get a fair amount of time to do this. Also, it seems like there's a lot of areas where the purple ball can't actually get to. So as long as I avoid those sections, I might be okay. This is a bit like that, is it the Burrow game? Burrow Explorer, whatever it is. Okay. Ugh. Great, now I have to try to avoid the purple ball thing too. Okay, I may actually be able to do this. I wish this game had more than 3 seconds of music. Okay, stage 5, what is this? Oh god, now there's multiple purple balls. Okay, I'm screwed now. And I guarantee you this is one of those games where you die once and you have to redo the whole level. This has the feel of, like, the type of game that would do that. Okay, I gotta do some clutch play here. Oh no! Like, look at this. There's, like, barely enough... Oh, also, if the purple ball comes towards you, there's nothing you can do. There's no weapons or anything. Because they couldn't program that into the game. Like, here's a better idea. Just don't program enemies that move in random patterns. Like, that's all you have to do. Just... I don't know. Like, I think of a game like Adventures of Lolo, where the enemies, like... There's some degree of unpredictability to them, but they at least... It's at least possible to work out how to avoid them. Where in something like this, they clearly didn't put that level of thought into the design. They just kind of winged it and just hoped for the best. Yeah, so like, if these purple balls come towards you, you're just done. So yeah, I gotta get out of this bit. Oh, can we do it? Oh, okay. Level 5 complete. Oh! I beat the game. Hallihoo complete! I'm gonna reset the game because the song's annoying me. I think that's the last one, isn't it? Hallihoo completed. I did legit. Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, I think that was all of them. Yeah, Firebase, First Offender. Yep, that was all of them. Ugh. So that is another set of Nice Code games down. 53 games complete. Can we add to that? Well, I'm going to take a break, but we'll see what the next page is, which is page 19, which is this one. Okay, so we do at least have some real games, like Spartan X, Spelunker. Oh, I look forward to that one. Slalom. Okay. Well, I will be back to play some of these games after I get another drink. I will be back in a couple of minutes, so don't go away. Okay, and I'm back. And someone's already left. Well, that's a good sign. Yeah, let's play at least a few of these. You know, it's currently 5 minutes to 5. Oh god, I just noticed Spy versus Spy. I do not want to play that. You know, let's get soccer out of the way just because this game sucks. Yeah, we might come to Pyramid today, depending on how I feel. Okay, what have we got here? Yeah, so you got all your favourite teams. You got the USA. You have the famous British team that plays in blue. The French team. The German team. Also, yeah, France, a team famous for playing in red. Brazil, Japan, who for some reason are in pink. I don't really get that. And Spain, I think. Yeah, let's play as the best team in the game, obviously. We'll just play in level 2 because I feel like it. And we'll go for 15 minutes because this game doesn't deserve to be played any longer than that. So, yeah, you ever played soccer for the Nintendo Entertainment System? Well, it looks like this. Oh, also, I forgot the B button is pass. At least the select the player thing actually works. It's one problem that a lot of games had, where they just... Yeah, and the player just, like, miraculously warps over the ball. Goal! I mean, to be fair, this is better than most of the other games I've played today, let's be honest. Yeah, here we go. Come on, Pele! Because I'm sure that's who I'm playing as. Goal! Striker! See, I can't play this game without just thinking of that one Alan Partridge bit. Also, like, whenever you try to, like, play this game with strategy, it doesn't really work. All you really just want to do is just run to the goal, and then just do this. And then half the time it'll just go in. That was liquid football! Yeah, I may have set this to a bit of an easy level. I deliberately did not want to pick level 1, because level 1 is just a case of how many goals can you score. Also, like, sometimes getting the ball just doesn't really work in a way that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Like, playing this just makes me want to play Nintendo World Cup, which is kind of like the good version of this. In that way, you can just beat the shit out of the other team. And, you know, there's just more to it in general. I mean, this game is more of a challenge on the higher difficulties, to be fair. I will point that out. But even so, this is not one of the, like, better early sports games on the system. They really do vary in quality more than you might realise. Like, the baseball one's okay. Golf is pretty decent. Tennis is okay. 10-yard fight. I don't think we've actually come across 10-yard fight yet, but yeah, that one is okay. Oh, did Intelligent Systems make this one? I'm not sure that the systems in this game are entirely intelligent. I'm not really convinced. Are they the ones that went on to make Advance Wars? Because I never liked Advance Wars. Like, I'm not a strategy game person at all, so I suppose I'm just not a fan of Intelligent Systems. Their games don't really do it for me. Not that they're bad, they're not for me, you know. Like, that's the thing with me, I don't like strategy games. I can't really play them. I can kind of do RTS a little bit. Shit! Did you see that? Yeah, Fire Emblem. To be fair, like, Fire Emblem is like... It's almost like it was designed to be the game that appeals to me as least as possible, because I'm not really a big fantasy person. I don't like Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that. I especially don't like tactical games or RPGs. So it's like the last thing I would ever want to play, really. And I'm pretty sure there are other football games on this. Let's see if I can just walk the ball into the net. Oh, you did some grilling. Nice. I haven't done grilling in a while. Maybe I should do that. Just get a couple of burgers from the butchers. And try to make some myself. I do want to see if I can literally just walk the ball into the net. Because I have played games where you can do that. I'm not sure this is one of them. Let's see. Yep, it worked. We did it. By the way, this is still the first half. And I have it set to the shortest amount of time. Which is the best part. Like, you really have to turn the difficulty up. I couldn't remember how hard level 2 is. And, okay, the game just randomly called offside. Sure, why not? Oh, and that's it. Yeah, it sounds good. I may do that. Problem is, it's 5 o'clock and the butchers will be closed now, and I don't think they open Sunday. So I'll have to wait. Also, yes, cheerleaders, you know, just like you famously don't get at football matches. Yeah, I was playing through Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 recently. I was going for like the 100% run so I could get the retro achievements. And yeah, if you play the airport level... Oh, wait, hold on. Is this the wrong way? Do I have to like shoot the other way? I forget how this game works. Because that's normally how it works in football. I don't know if it works in this game. Okay, genuine question. Which way am I supposed to shoot? Okay, I think I'm supposed to go right. Because the computer's trying to go the other way, so... Yeah, because this looks like the goalie for the other team. So that's just confusing, though, because, like, normally you, like, switch sides at half-time. And apparently in this game you don't. So it's kind of counterintuitive, let's say. I don't know. I guess this game is competent for when it came out. Unfortunately, it really does not stand the test of time. But that's a common problem with sports games anyway. Like, even more recent ones, often they're just not worth playing now. Like, you want to play a sports sim, you're probably going to want to go for the most recent one. Twat! Yeah. But okay, well, we're 9 goals. 9 goals ahead. We may as well just try to get a 10th one just to stunt on them. I don't even know who this team is. Is this meant to be England? Because that would make sense. Because England is, we all know, is rubbish. So. Well, actually, no, because Scotland is the team that plays in blue, so I guess we're playing against Scotland. But in this game's universe, we may as well be playing against Lithuania. Like, who knows? Oh, the Samarini's goalie, he's going for it. The proof is in the pudding. And the pudding in this case is a football. Boof! Eat my goal. The goalie has got football pie all over his shirt. Australian sounds funny. Well, that's one way of putting the accent. Yeah, every Australian sounds like Rog. Actually, that would be amazing if it were true. I'd be down with that. Yeah, let's see if the computer can score. I'm gonna just let them have the ball for a bit, since I'm 11 goals up anyway. Who cares? I'm just gonna have my player stand there. Yeah, here we go. Oh, no. Couldn't get the ball off my goalie, though. So, A just, like, boots it. Just gonna play Sam Allardyce style. And just boot the ball up the pitch and call it a day. And the ball just trickles into the net. Classic 4th Division style. I don't know why I'm talking about that like that. I don't even like football. Like, this is... Like, I never quite understood football as a, like, real-life sport. Because, like, it's massively popular, but I've always found it to be just immensely boring to watch. Like, no offense to any football fans, but I never quite understood it. Like, I've tried watching the sport. Like, I've been to a few, like, live matches, and I don't know. It was always just kind of dull. The real sports. Like, I would rather just, you know, play the video game versions of it. At least the good ones, like FIFA 95. Or certainly FIFA 98. Like, that game is really good. But, like, Nintendo World Cup, which might be on this console, because that's like a Kunio game, isn't it? So they probably did include that on here somewhere, we just haven't seen it yet. But there we go, that is soccer. Yeah, hockey games do tend to have more going on. I haven't really had a chance to watch them much, but we beat soccer, so that's something. We can say we've done that one. So what else is on here? Pyramid, Route 16, Saycross. Oh, I do look forward to Saycross, that would be a good one. Slalom, Son, Spartan X. I might save Spartan X for next time. Think about it. But there are a couple of games on here where I do want to play them with the turbo controller. Spelunker is definitely one of them. I might get that out for the next stream. You know, since we're on a sports kick, let's play Slalom. With no copyright text. This one, I think, came in a bit later, didn't it? Wasn't this game from, like, 1987? Yeah, this was famous, actually, for being the first game that Rare made for the NES. So, kind of an important game. Real important milestone. Well, we have the classic Snowy Hill, Steep Peak, and Mount Nasty. Well, anyone who's played this game knows this game is crazy hard. So I'm just going to stick with Snowy Hill. Like, if anyone can beat level 5 of this game, I'd be impressed. Because this game has a massive difficulty spike once you get to the 5th level. And I've never done it. I could never beat that level. And I kind of wish I could. But it's funny, because the game doesn't start off that hard, but... yeah, you get a few levels in. Like, this is a Rare game. And, like, Rare games usually were, like, crazy hard when you get past the first couple levels. There are exceptions, like Wizards and Warriors isn't that hard, really. Like, I beat the Famicom version of it. Which, granted, was toned down a bit difficulty-wise, but even so. I'm playing this one just because, you know what? I really like the soundtrack. This game is just a cool soundtrack going on. So yeah, skiing. Well, I've got to be honest, I've never gone skiing in real life. I never went to, like, a big mountain like this. It's one of those things, I just never got to experience it. I don't know. Like, how is skiing in real life? I'd imagine skiing is actually quite exciting. Like, I was watching the, you know, Winter Olympics earlier this year. You know, they had some of the skiing events going on there, like the, what are they called? Is it moguls, where you're riding on, like, bumpy, like, just bumps of ice? And then, of course, you got the hot dog aerials, you know, that classic event. Also, it is funny that to play this game effectively, you have to hold up, and this is the frame of animation when you're holding up. Like, you're always staring at the character's arse the whole time. You know, I know I'm far from the first person to say this in the context of this game, but feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. It's like, this is just that bit, but as a game. Also, you can jump, which is kind of funny. Also, you do have to go through the gates, which I'm guessing is the reason they call this slalom rather than just skiing. Because if you don't go through the gates, you lose speed. And you actually do have to be quite fast in this game. Like, this game is unforgiving. Like, this, I would say, is genuinely possibly one of the hardest games on the NES. And I say NES because there is no Famicom version of this. I don't know why. Like, you know, the Famicom hadn't been out for that long in '87. Like, surely they could have released this game and it would have been a hit. I don't know. Like, there was a lot of, like, Nintendo stuff that just never got released in Japan. Like, most of the stuff that seemed to be made for Nintendo America just never got an overseas release. I don't know why. Oh yeah, Snow Slaycom. Is that what this was called on the 150-in-1? Snow Slaycom? I don't know. Also, yeah, now we have levels named after, like, like shitty, like, hair metal bands that no one cared about. You know, what's the song? 18 and Life? I don't even remember how the song goes. I just remember the title, to tell you the truth. Also, this is the level where you have a bunch of arseholes who are just getting in the way and trying to knock you off your skis. Because that apparently is how this mountain works. Like, what is this mountain? So yeah, we just got a bunch of, like, idiots on toboggans who just go back and forth on a ski path. Also, yeah, the other skiers are just as arsehole-ish. Also, there's just, like, rows of, like, snowmen. Like, what is this mountain? Like, what is going on here? It's crazy. It's funny, too, because gameplay-wise, this isn't far off something like F1 Race, really. And it's funny, like, I'd say this game is about as hard as F1 Race. Like, on level 3 of that game. Is pretty much equivalent to this game, I would say. Or it's similar. I guess the starting levels aren't quite as hard, but yeah, good luck beating this one. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to finish this level, let alone the ones after it. I'd like to at least get to level 5. There's no way I'm beating that level, because it's, like, nearly impossible, but yeah. But yeah, Skid Row. It is funny that they just, like, was like, yeah, let's just put a bunch of silly names in for all the levels. Because we need something to spice up the game a bit. For like a fairly straightforward racing game. Because that really is what this is when you break it down. It's just like, okay, it's kind of your standard racing game of the period, but with snow theme. Instead of playing as a car, you play as a skier. It's kind of funny too, because you have those, was it the LCD games? Where they would just take their car game, but just replace the picture of the car with a picture of a skier. Okay, it's like playing Rad Race at this bit. Trying not to crash into the red car that tries to ram into you. And, you know, I like Rad Race. To be fair, I do enjoy this game up to a point. I just wish it wasn't so unforgiving. Like, even on the first mountain, like, they probably could have made the first set of levels a bit easier and save the really hard stuff for the other levels, like for the other sets of mountains. Because there are 3 sets of levels, but like, even just beating the first set, you have to essentially master the whole game and have the whole thing memorized. Because, okay, these first 4 levels are not that hard, but then you get to level 5, and if anyone here has ever beaten this level legit, I'd be impressed. Like this one. Because this level is really long, and you... basically, you crash a few times and you're done. And as I say, I've played this game a lot and I've never beaten this level. Like, to this day, I can't do it. You'll see what I mean once when it kicks off. So I'm trying to avoid the mounds, because I think if you jump off the mounds, you actually lose speed, I think. So this level doesn't start off that bad. But it's also much longer than the previous level. So it's like weird pattern that you have to avoid. It's almost like a shoot 'em up, like the way this is laid out. Okay, so go in the middle. Go on the edges. Oh, go in the middle again. Okay, I got away with that somehow. Oh. Also, yeah, if you do go on the very edge, you do lose a little bit of speed as well. Ooh. God, I've seen people try to beat this game too, and they'd be at this level for hours. Like, it's crazy. Like, look at this. I got 45 seconds, and like I'm barely more than halfway. And you get something like 2 minutes to beat this level. And yeah, I don't think that you can even jump over the trees. I'm not really sure what the point of the jump is. Maybe you can jump over the other skiers, but like it almost looks like you should be able to jump over the tree, and then the game just says no. Also, yeah, I'm not even doing the tricks anymore because I think you lose speed for doing that, and I need all the speed I can get. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I actually did it! I can't believe it. Also, yeah, you do coast to the end if you run out of time. Thankfully, it doesn't do the outrun thing of the timer runs out and the car instantly stops. Ugh. You know what? We finally caught something impressive on stream. Someone actually beating Crystal Cruise. I've got to be honest, I've never gotten to this level, so what this level is like, I don't know. Okay, there's a lot more gates on this one. But, yeah, I will say this for this game too. Like, the effect for the kind of drawing the road is actually kind of impressive. Like, it's very smooth. You compare it to something like F1 Race. As much as I like that game, it looks a bit rough compared to this. Though, to be fair, this game did come out in 87. The arcade version might have been out in 86. I'm not certain, actually. Actually, I don't really care that much about getting the gates. Because you don't lose that much speed if you miss them. Oh, yeah, now they can crash into you from behind. That's great. Yeah, this is just a case of you gotta focus. How I beat that last level, streaming no less, I have no idea. Like, even just playing it off stream, I can't do it. But, looks like the gods wanted me to win that time. So, like, look at the amount of time I get on this level, too. Ooh. Yeah, like, you see just how aggressive the other skiers get. Like, they just deliberately get in your way. Yeah, you can tell this is a rare game just from the design. And partly from the art style, but certainly just from how bastard hard it is. Yeah, like, they just... Like, look at this. They just bash you into the poles as well. You want to talk vicious. Oof. Ugh. No, I'm not going to make it. Oh well. I got past level 5. That's a first for me. But I don't know. I think that if there's one thing about this game I would change, it's that I would really leave, like, the really hard levels for, like, level 3. Because really, level 1 should be at least a little bit more doable. I think that's the problem. They made the game too hard out the gate. And there should have been more of a... The curve should be more gradual, let's say. But yeah. But yeah, try beating this game. It's like near impossible. And there aren't even any continues. I think the arcade version of this, you could continue in that game, but you can't here for some reason. I never understood why. But we'll play another couple of games while I'm here. And then I'll save the rest for next time. I kind of want to do Pyramid entirely to get out of the way. Because Pyramid is terrible. And I don't want to have to do it next time. So, well, we got Son. Okay, let's do Pyramid, just so I don't have to think about doing it anymore. Oh yes, if you ever played this one, well, it's got a cool title screen at least. And whatever that voice sample is. Oh, also, it has this piece, which you'll be seeing a lot of. When you play this game. Yeah, so I was talking about how some of those nice code games I was playing earlier are pretty much broken, just from a design standpoint. And yeah, this game is on a similar level to some of those games. Like, it is bad. This game is bad. Not even just bad. It sucked! Ugh. Okay, let's at least try to make a line in this game. Also, yeah, there's really no, like, effective way to place half these blocks. Oh, look at this. Ugh. It's like, what are you even meant to do with half these? It's like, yeah, good luck. I was like, what is with the music? There's a place around town where the freaks will come around. Like, is it that song? Like, where's Kesha when you need her? Yep, and this piece is facing the wrong way, so, well done. Yeah, like, you want to talk about broken games. Like, this is, yeah, pretty much one of the most broken around. Like, it does not get much worse than Pyramid. In fact, Jeff Gersman, he's got his whole, like, NES list where he just ranks every game. I think this is literally... I think on that list, this is literally the 3rd worst game on the entire list. So that should tell you the kind of reputation this game has. Yeah, pretty much what you have to do to play this game, you have to plan around this piece. This one that just, like, breaks the game and makes it, like, near unplayable. Because if you get that piece several times in a row, you're just done. Like, you're not beating it. But yeah. What do I do here? Okay, let's see if I can get 2 lines. Because that is possible to do. If you do it a certain way, it works. We have to get the right piece. Okay, here we go. So what this does is it gives me a bomb. The problem is that the bombs are, like, near useless because it blows up, like, a radius or, like, a certain area, and then, like, okay, so I'll show it off here since this part is busted anyway. Yeah, so it does that. Not that it really helps much, but... And, like, it's like they realized the game's broken and tried to, like, patch it. Unfortunately, they didn't patch it nearly enough to make it work. So you still kind of get this just broken mess of a game. Like I say, this game is just pure busted. Yeah, there's a reason I put the music on for this game. It's because if you use the bomb and the music's turned off, it will just constantly play the bomb sound. But, yeah. No, this is genuinely one of the worst puzzle games you will find on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Because there was a NES version of this by American Video Entertainment, I think. In fact, yeah, this game, funnily enough, I was playing the Maxi 15 thing right at the start of the stream, and this game is on the Maxi 15. I don't know why. But yeah, you can get this game on there. Not that anyone in their right mind would ever play this for more than, like, 5 minutes. And I've actually tried doing the retro achievements on this game as well. And I managed to get something like 100 and something lines. But yeah, this is how you play the game. Like, okay, let's try to get to level... Oh no, that's right, you have to get 20 lines and then it goes to the next level. If you get less than 20, it doesn't do that. And then sometimes this happens, where you get this piece, and there's really not much you can do about it. Except do that. Can't do that. Yeah, and sometimes the game just breaks, and will just give you, like, the same piece, like, 7 times in a row. And if it happens to be the diamond piece, you lose. Like, you are not recovering from that. Because that's just... that's the caliber of game we're dealing with. It's just... yeah, basically, if the RNG goes against you, you will just lose. Like, no matter what you do. It doesn't matter how good you are at the game, that will just happen. I want to at least see if I can get to level 1. Because, yeah, believe it or not, there are levels past level 0. Not that most people will actually see those levels, but they do exist. Yeah, I've just got this garbage chute on the left, where I just put those pieces. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, this whole game is just planning around... just, like, the game trying to mess with you. It's the only way I can describe it, really. Because the problem is, the game will constantly give you the same... like, piece, like, 5 times in a row. Or we'll do that on occasion, and it's just like, oh, well, now you just lose. There are definitely good Saturn games. This is not one of them. Like, Popo Team is a good game. I like Popo Team. Popo Team is a quality game, and is too good to be associated with this. I mean, really what they needed to do was to just change the pieces. Like, get rid of the diamond piece completely, because there's really no effective way to use it. You know, I'll just do that. Yeah, it's like, what am I supposed to do there? Not a whole lot. But I can do that, and I can do this. Yeah, if only Popo Team was on this console, it'd be a much better pick than this game. Okay, here we go. Well, we got 17 lines. I want to at least get level 1, if nothing else. I mean, at least the music isn't that bad. I don't mind the music in this game. Certainly when you compare it to a lot of the Nice Code games I've played today. It's certainly not nearly as bad as some of those. So, pretty much I have no choice here but to do that. Because, like, what else am I supposed to do there? Like, the reason they give you the bombs... I mean, really, they should have just removed the bombs and just have the pieces be less busted. That's what they needed to do, is to make it so the pieces actually make sense. Yeah, this is what happens when... this is what happens when you get someone who, like, saw Tetris and was like, okay, let's make that. Unfortunately, they didn't really know how to make a Tetris clone and have it actually work. Yeah, because, like, no Tetris... like, no remotely decent Tetris clone would have this piece in it. Yeah, no, Rockman X is terrible. Like, Rockman X... it's not worse than this game, but it's not far off. Like, it is... yeah, it's also terrible, but for completely different reasons. Let's put it that way. So, Magic Mathematic, that may actually be on this console. I haven't come across it yet, but... I want to say that's one that does tend to appear on these sort of clone systems. So we may end up seeing it. Okay, let's do that. Also, yeah, let's go. Welcome to level 1. Here's a worse song than the previous one that you just heard. See, now I'm even just making fun of like games that aren't even from Nice Coat. Because that's just kind of how I'm feeling today. You know, it's funny, like, the last couple of streams I've had, like, some really good games. Like, generally solid games, if not amazing. And, yeah, it's all gone to shit on this stream. It has all gone to pot. Ugh. Okay, so I can't really do much with that. But I can do this. Yeah, I mean, Magic Cube is fine. From what I remember. It's been a while since I've played it, but it's playable. You know, you can do a lot worse. For example. Okay, let's do that. Okay. I do remember once getting like 100 and something lines in this. I don't know how it did it. But I did it. Because I'm the best man. I do genuinely want to see how many lines I can clear on this run, though. Because I know there's at least one person who's managed to max out the lines counter. Because it goes up to 255, and then it doesn't count up past that. Like, it just isn't programmed to go above that. I'm guessing they just figured that no one would be able to get that many lines. Like, that has to be it. Yeah, I mean, Magic Cube at least, like, works decently. It's nowhere near as broken as this game is. Like, it's playable, you know. You can play that and have a decent time with it. I thought that game was fine. You know? Like, you can play it. Let's put it that way. So we do this. Well, you can go with that. So I'm not even trying to... Wait, where did I get 7 bombs from? Do you get bombs for clearing a level? I don't remember getting 7 bombs at any point in this endeavour. What do I do here? Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. And I will do this! And I'll even do this! Okay, so... Ooh. Okay, that... No, this one's facing the wrong way. I was trying to see if I can get 2 lines at once, just to test myself, but no, it's not allowing me to do that now. But I can do that. You can go with this, or you can go with that. You can go with this. Oh, yeah, I know you get additional bombs for clearing 2 lines. I don't remember clearing 2 lines at any point, except for once near the start, but... I certainly had a lot less bombs when I did, so I might have to review the footage and just see what caused that to happen. Because now I'm confused. Yeah, if only Weapon of Choice was on this game's soundtrack. I did recently pick up the album, Halfway Between the Gutter and the Stars. It's great. It's a great album. Unfortunately, the version of Weapon of Choice on there is not nearly as good as the single version, I've got to be honest. It's just got these, like, weird, sort of, like, extra effects applied to the, like, the voice and certain bits of the instruments, and I just don't think it sounds half as good because of that. Okay, you know, I think I've got the key, and I've got the secret. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do, really. Kind of being backed into a corner. Oh, but we're nearly going to get the music again, like the original. Okay, I don't know what to do here. Okay, I've got a bad pattern. Stuck in a bad pattern. This is a bad way. There isn't even any steps to help me out. Let's try this out. Since I can wedge this block in at least. See, that's using my head, as you might say. Yeah. And this one's facing the wrong way, that's good. Yeah, I want to at least get to, you know, level 2. Unfortunately, the game does not want me to do that. It's just giving me this stupid thing over and over. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we made it! I did it! I got to level 2! I have 40 lines. And, okay. You know what? I'm not sure I really want to play this game more, but... So now I'm cursed to not suck at this game. Yeah, look at that. I got the 2 lines. Okay, so I think you actually do gain bombs for beating a level in this. Seems like it anyway. But, yeah. Well, this stream at least serves that it is possible to play this game to some degree of competence, even if you don't necessarily want to. Oh, hold on. I can just do that, can't I? Yeah, this is as close to professional level pyramid as you're going to get on this stream. I'm sure someone's perfected, like, the strategy for playing this. Like, okay, here do you get the blocks in a good position? Let's get, like, a slope. Yeah, I think it really is just kind of poor design with the blocks. Like, they're not really built around the game very well. But the other problem that I think tends to get overlooked is just how slow-paced the game is. Because you compare the blocks in this to Tetris blocks, and they're a lot smaller. Where, like, this block, for instance, is a quarter the size of a Tetris piece. And that's just not good. That just doesn't work, really. Yeah, so I've got to do that. Yeah, and then if you get this piece a bunch of times, you just lose. You know, since I got to level 2, we'll just do that and then call it a day. Okay, let's finish. I'll play one more game and we'll finish with a better game. Wait, how do the blocks glitch into one another? Like, is there a video of that? Because I don't remember that being a thing. Like, I mean, the game is rubbish. I don't remember the glitchiness. Like, I remember the sound glitch, but... Okay. What else should we play? Ugh. I might have to actually look up how to play Spy vs. Spy, because I could never make sense of that game. Spelunker and Skoowun, and probably Sonson, I'll want to use the turbo controller for, and Saycross, now that I think about it. Okay, let's finish with Spartan X. Just because I want to play at least one good game. Oh, wait. What is with the heads-up display? That's not supposed to look like that. Okay, well, let's play this anyway. Because I like this game. Spartan X, you may also know this as Kung Fu. It's kind of weird they didn't put this with Spartan X 2 in the menu, considering that that game is also on this console. And would have made sense. Yeah, because I mean, Spartan X 2 is of course just the sequel to this. Though again, for Spartan X 2, I don't know if they ever got the film license for that game. There we go. That's how you beat that. Yeah, Spartan X, you may also know this as Kung Fu. And... okay, it's not supposed to do that. I think that's just this ROM being slightly glitched. So that's not a fault of the game, that's just a fault of whoever compiled this list of games, I suppose. They just didn't test out the ROMs properly. Okay, here we go. Level 2. Here's where things get interesting. Because you've got these balls that come from the ceiling. Yeah, it's just kind of weird like that. This game is interesting. Like, this was an arcade conversion, and it was actually made by Nintendo, which is interesting because they did not make the arcade version. This may be the only time that they actually converted a game made by someone else. Because this was an IRAM game to start with, and, you know, Nintendo, they basically kind of worked with IRAM president behind the rest of the company's back. And... yeah, apparently IRAM's staff were kind of upset about that, and then Nintendo was like, okay, we'll make it up to you by having Kung Fu and 10-Yard Fight be launch games for the NES. Or, there was some kind of deal like that. Is that a real thing? I want to see this now. I want to see if there's any video evidence of that, because I don't remember seeing it. But also you get this amazing cutscene, what passes for plot in 1985. I mean, this was before Super Mario Bros., to be fair. This is kind of one of the first, I would say, really good games on this console. I quite like this one, though I may struggle with level 4. It's been a while since I've played this. I definitely remember getting the achievement for, like, beating the game. Here we go. You got this arsehole with the knife. And then you have to fight whoever this is. I never understood this boss. You just kick him over and over and you win. Oh, and then pray I don't get caught. No! Oh, I just barely did it. No, I believe you. I just never came across it myself. Is that a case of, like, if you blow up the blocks a certain way? Like, if you use the bombs a certain way, maybe it does it. Or do you not even need to do that? Okay, level 4. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the pattern for this. It's been a while since I've done this, so it might be a bit rusty. Ugh, okay. So you duck under that, and then you're fine. Yeah, I do remember the boss on this level actually being kind of hard. I don't remember exactly how you do it. Yeah. I know you... oh no, do you have to, like, punch the... yeah, I could never do this one consistently. I'm sure there's a trick to it. I never knew what the trick was. I just kind of wing it and hope for the best. That is the hardest part of the whole game. Like, that boss is harder than, like, the rest of the whole game, I think. At least for the first loop. It does get harder for the rest of it, too, but... yeah, I was never good at that bit. Thankfully, the level itself is at least shorter than the previous one, but... yeah, good luck doing that boss fight. Oh, and of course they have a knife arsehole show up as well. Ugh, okay, I did it. No, sod off. Piss off. Okay, I demand to finish the level. Yeah, bombs. Oh, you didn't even get to use the bombs. Yeah, you have to hold up and B to use the bombs in Pyramid. Okay, we made it past the hard level. Now we just have to do the last one. Yeah, the music's pretty good. It's basic, but it works. You know, it's like, you've got a nice old bass line. Okay, level 5. Can I do it? It's kind of a shame the ROM seems to be a bit glitchy, but at least the game seems to work properly. Like, it doesn't just crash randomly. This is where I get to the final boss and then the game just stops working. Also, I'm just getting the timing down all wrong on this. I don't know if it's just, like, capture delay, or if it's just me being bad. Okay, and now the game's just being vindictive. Like, look at this. Like, it's not even being fair anymore. It's just... No, we're just going to spawn, like, 15 knife enemies. Okay, and I'm probably going to get killed because I've, like, lost all my health. Yeah. Yeah, you basically have to just pray that the game doesn't spawn, like, 15 knife enemies to just kill you. Though, to be fair, my timing can be better as well. And I'm just going to just kick all the enemies because I just want to get through this. I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. Okay, so when does the boss show up? Oh, no, okay. Stop spawning the enemies. Oh, hold on. Is it like sweep the leg? Is that how you win this? Yeah. Let's go full Karate Kid. Yeah, I am Cobra Kai. Oh, hold on. I think it's that thing where if you do the move too much, he like, counters it. Yeah, it's like Rise of the Robots. You can't do the same move over and over again. And I don't think the flying kick really works all that well. It doesn't help that you have a time limit as well. Oh, okay, I did it. Ugh, with one, like, pixel of health left, I did it. Whew. I've got to turn the fan up for this. Yes, congratulations. But their happiness does not continue long. Yeah, I'll bet. Because now you have to redo the whole game. By the skin of my teeth. As if my teeth has skin? I never understood that saying. Like, was mouth hygiene so bad in the past that people, like, had a build-up of skin on their teeth? Because that sounds awful. Okay, well, I'm probably going to get killed, like, immediately on the second loop. But you know what? I beat a loop of this game. I'm counting that as a win. I don't really care. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, and this is where the game just decides, no, you just get to die. Yeah, if only all games had that. Yeah, put that in, like, the Zyuranger game instead of just a bunch of static images. But yeah, I'm not going to get much further than this. I have done better at this game before. I don't think I've ever beaten the second loop, actually, but not for lack of trying. I've played this game a fair bit. And just, you know, hope for the best. Also, to be fair, like, my timing on this run has been, like, incredibly bad. I have to apologise for my lack of skill today. No, and that's it. Okay, well, you know, I beat a loop of that. I'm counting that as a win. And hey, I got the high score as well. I don't even know what the high score is, but I got it. Okay, well, that will do for today, I think. It's, you know, 5:45. And, yeah, I want to have my dinner. I am really hungry right now. So, yes, next time we'll take a look at some other classic games. I think we've actually done most of the Nice Code games at this point. You know, we've got another... What is it? Another 11 pages after this. So we're coming pretty close at the end. But yes, next time we will see more classic games. Route 16, Saycross, Son, Spelunker, Spy vs. Spy, and Skoon, or however you pronounce that, I don't know. But yes, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope that alarms won't go off on the next stream. And I also hope that you'll be here with me for the next stream. So take care, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.